I feel like I've perfected it down to a science on what you should pack and how you should pack it. And by the end of this video, you're going to see all the gear that I bring for my off-camera flash, as well as the lenses I like to pack and the bodies I like to pack. Aloha everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Moorea with Moorea Thill Photography, and I'm a professional photographer and videographer based in Maui, Hawaii. For the best advice on how to grow your photography business, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified every single Wednesday when I make a new video. I've been getting so many questions about what do I pack when I travel for off-camera flash. It's kind of a tricky subject because pretty much no matter where I'm traveling to, I'm always going to be taking a plane somewhere. So you have to consider checked bags and carry-ons and all these things. So I feel like I've perfected it down to a science on what you should pack and how you should pack it. And by the end of this video, you're going to see all the gear that I bring for my off-camera flash, as well as the lenses I like to pack and the bodies I like to pack. So let's get right into it. So right here, I have my trusty Camrette bag. This is not sponsored by them. I actually just really like their backpacks. What's cool about it is that it has a bunch of different compartments so that with traveling, I can put all my gear in here. I know it's gonna be safe. And then it has a laptop sleeve on the back, which is just really nice because honestly, I hate putting any piece of valuable gear in the overhead compartment. I don't know what it is, I just get freaked out because other people are in there moving things around and I don't really want them to like shove my bag out of their way. Yeah, I just don't really trust other people with my gear, so it's best if it just stays with me underneath the seat in front of me. So let's start with off-camera flash first. What I keep in this bag is the Godox AD200 Pro. As you know, I love this flash. It's my new go-to. If you haven't watched my video on it yet, you can find it here. And this is my main flash for traveling. I'm always trying to nail the shot with just one flash. If I have to bring in multiples, I will. So I also will carry a speed light with me. This is just a newer speed light NW670, and this works with my Canon. But what I do is I just put this on slave mode and I'll fire this one and keep this as a slave. And I'll just use this one for any sort of like backlight or hair light, whatever the shot needs, this is my slave. So I only pack 2 flashes and I personally think that that's plenty. If I'm doing a wedding, I'll make sure to pack a couple backups, but just for traveling for regular shoots, this is all I need. And to be quite honest, I feel like this is really all you need for a wedding also. But that's just my style. There are some people who like to have like 4 different Godox AD200 Pros. In my case, I like to travel light and I like to keep my setup as minimal as possible. So typically I only need 1 flash. And with this flash, I can bounce it, I can do all these fun things. But the reason why I like to keep 2 is because I like to get creative with the Magmod Creative Gel that's also in my bag. So I'll keep one of these as the light that fires off some sort of creative gel, and then the other one to fill their face with regular flash. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Okay, now you can get down. So along with flash, we also need a trigger. This is the Godox trigger that I use. It's the Godox X Pro C. I also bring extra Magmod gear along with gels and grids and you know, all the usual things like extra batteries. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, here's Tallulah. Say hi, Pumpkin. Oh. And obviously I bring all the extra things like batteries and cleaning supplies. But lastly, while we're still on the topic of flash, I want to go over a light stand. So if you're traveling with somebody who's going to be helping you, like either a second shooter or a grip, you don't really need to bring a light stand. But I typically am traveling alone a lot. So I have a little bit of a system. Typically what I do if I'm traveling to LA, I have light stands that I keep in LA because I still have a home in LA, so I just keep those there. If I'm traveling inner island, I will just bring one of these like little Amazon basic light stands that if I had to dump it, I wouldn't be super upset about it. I keep all my high-end light stands here because they're heavier and they're just kind of a pain in the butt to travel with. But what I'll do is I'll fold this up nice and small, and then my trick is to strap it on to my backpack or to my roller so that it looks like it's another piece of the luggage, and 100% of the time I've gotten away with it. So yes, technically it's a third piece, but I just strap it onto something to make it look like it goes with that, and it always flies. They never say anything. And if they do, I typically travel with Alaska or Hawaiian because they have cards with them, so I could just check it, but it's such a pain in the butt to have to wait at baggage claim for a lighting stand. That just sounds ridiculous. So do your best to strap it onto one of your pieces of luggage and kind of make it hidden like it's a piece of that luggage, and hopefully it works. Now, if we're going into lenses, my number one lens that I bring everywhere is the 50mm 1.2. That's what you're watching on right now, so I can't really show that to you. And so it kind of depends on what I'm going to be shooting while I'm traveling, but typically the only other lens that I'll bring is the 16-35 f2.8. And I love this lens. It's such a great landscape lens, and it's one of my favorites that I bring to every session. Now, if I'm traveling to shoot a wedding, I will always bring the 16-35. And this is the Tamron 16-35 2.8 with vibration control. So it's nice because when I'm doing hybrid coverage, I still have that image stabilization in this lens, whereas the 16-35 and the 50-1.2 don't have any IS in those lenses. But if I'm not shooting a wedding, I'm typically not going to pack this because, man, this thing is heavy. And that's pretty much all I bring for lenses. So now let's hop into camera bodies. The next thing that I always carry on me is my little G7X. And this little bad boy is awesome for on-the-go vlogging. That's really all I use it for, just to capture some behind-the-scenes stuff. And if I'm really in a pinch, it does shoot raw. I would never use this on a client on a professional shoot, but for travel photography, and I don't want to take the camera out for the day, I will totally just throw this in my purse and call it a day. It shoots better than the iPhone, but the iPhone will also do the job, especially with the new 11. That thing is nuts. The only body that I pack for travel is the R, and I'm filming on it right now, so I can't show you. But typically for weddings, I have the R and the 5D Mark IV. And the reason why I carry two different bodies is because they do different things. So the 5D Mark IV is great when I need to fire a bunch of frames per second because it can go way faster than the R. And the R is actually quite slow. So anything moving, like people running on the beach or like a first kiss, or anything like that where I need to capture just like every single frame that I can, I'm on the R. But for travel, just for regular professional sessions, I just pack the R. It'll work, but if it is for a wedding, I will pack both bodies, and that's where it gets a little heavy with this bag, and I typically will put a couple things in my carry-on. So in the camrette, I have the Godox AD200, the Speedlight, the EOS R with the 51.2, the 16-35, all my Magmod gear, and my G7X with a little Joby tripod. Beyond that, when I'm traveling, I am always still working, so I pack my laptop, my charger, my SD card readers, and a ton of media. As you can see, right now it's a little empty in here, but that's because I've been importing stuff from last week's wedding. You can see my most favorite picture right here. Okay, you guys, so that's what I pack every single time that I'm traveling. Now, if you want links to all this gear, I'm going to put it below for you. Feel free to check it out. And if you have any other questions on what I pack or how I pack it, let me know below. I'll do my best to answer it for you. So I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to snag my free Lightroom preset. It's in the description below, but it's also on my channel banner. And basically it is my most popular preset that I use for so many of my photos. And for those of you who are just starting their photography business, I offer a complimentary one-on-one 30-minute business strategy phone call. So if you're interested in that, the link is below. Now, if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. That's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye! And for those of you who have stuck around till the end of this video, we are announcing the winner of the off-camera flash setup from my video 2 weeks ago. You can find it right here. It's my introductory flash setup that I first started with. And the winner is, drumroll please, Keys. I'm so excited to give you this off-camera flash setup for you to get started with. Make sure to DM me in a message on Instagram with your address that you'd like for me to send this to, and I will get it shipped out. I leave tomorrow for LA and New York, and we'll be back for another week, so I'll get it shipped out right when I get back. But I'm so excited for you, and I cannot wait to see all the beautiful photos that you create with this off-camera flash. It's amazing. All right, you guys, until next week, take care. Goodbye.